Hi, this is Melanie Dawn, and this is Dawn of Wisdom. I'm on my walk, and I'm thinking about triggers. I love to talk about triggers. I talk about whatever I'm feeling strongly at the time, and that is something I'm very familiar with. Often I talk about shame, triggers, things that guilt, I've lived my whole life with. The question, do you know your triggers? I feel strongly that if people took the time to identify their triggers, they can heal from a lot of their shame, a lot of the junk that you have in you that keeps you from enjoying your beautiful life that you should be enjoying. We should be enjoying the world that we live in. We should be enjoying the people around us, what we do, everything we do in life on a daily basis. We must learn to enjoy or stop doing it. Are you aware of your triggers? Because that is how we change. We get triggered, and I can probably think of a lot of examples. Very rarely am I triggered anymore. If I am, I walk away and I internalize and I see why I was triggered. And I will often get triggered by someone I love very much, and I have to walk away and ask myself why it upset me. And of course, it always comes back to me. Whatever you're triggered with is the past being brought to the present, as we've talked about before. So, do you know your triggers? Do you? If you really slow down, if you sat down, if you became conscious of your breath, if you thought about it, you know your triggers. To know them is an awareness. It's a beautiful thing to be aware of them. Then you have the opportunity to change them, to understand why, to go down into that inner child and ask yourself why. It's a learned behavior. It's something we've grown up with, dysfunction, whatever it may be. Whatever triggers you is triggering you. And this is an opportunity to learn. I can't stress it enough. Triggers are an amazing tool. I get excited, and I talked about this before, when I get triggered. And you learn to just love life more, beauty, and appreciate the people and the things around you. So my question for you today is, sit down and do you know your triggers? Do you know when someone gets to you, when someone says something that upsets you or makes you sad? Your perception of whatever it may be. And it is your perception. You're bringing it from the past and you perceive it as it should be, or whatever it may be, you know your triggers. Once you identify them and you work through them, you have to be vulnerable to do this work, guys, but it's doable. Then how someone feels about something is really easy to hit. It's easy to get through. When I listen to someone vent to me, when they express an anger, I listen to it. I tell them my feelings about it. If they ask, sometimes even if they don't ask, I'll give my thoughts about it, because I think I see it very clearly. I think I see very clearly when people are triggered. I think I'm very open to that. I'm very intuitive to it. Even with something I might say, I'll feel a shift in someone else's energy and realize that I triggered them. Are you aware when you do this? Because I'm going to tell you something. I believe you are. I believe if we take time, we know our triggers, and we know when we trigger someone else. And that's a subject that you need to explore. When someone has a feeling, an opinion, an emotion, whatever it may be, why shouldn't they have it? Why is your perception better than their perception? We need to respect their perception of it. When we get triggered by it, we need to be aware of it. This is they have their perception and we have ours, and they're different. When you get to where you identify those little triggers, it won't bother you anymore. You'll let people, I don't know, I pretty much will let people say whatever they want. And then at certain points, when I'm triggered, I walk away. So you must be aware of your triggers. You must. And that's my wisdom for you today is walk away, sit down quietly by yourself and ask yourself why certain things upset you. Why does somebody else's perception upset you so much? You have to ask yourself those questions, guys. Thank you.